everyone, welcome to the series of design patterns. Today we will see what is an observer pattern. Suppose you have lots of car and you know what their wheel size is, and your design is in such a way that whenever a wheel size is given, suppose it is 10 is given, automatically the wheel size of all type of cars SUV, hatchback and sedan becomes 10. Whenever a new set of wheel size comes, suppose 10 goes away and 15 comes, so new wheel size increases and automatically all the cars get their new wheel size. So by changing the wheel size only everything happens. So somewhat like this only we will see in this code and see how this observer design pattern can be made. So let's go and see. And first of all we will create the wheels, because automatically the wheels was that which was changing, and inside this we will create few things. First is that we will create the size of that wheel, and second is we will create the list of cars which are contained inside this wheel. So first thing is that there will be a list of car, and I will create this as a new array list which will contain all the cars which are related to these wheels and which requires a change whenever a wheel size is changed. So I will create a new, I will say abstract class of car, and I will import this list and array list. And second thing is we are going to provide the size of this wheel. So for that we will create the wheel size as an int, and let me close this part on the public, and we will create method. So it will set the size of that particular wheel. So whatever size will be, it will be set. So for that only I will require an integer value of that wheel. So I will make the size of wheel as int size, and automatically I will create the setter and getter, and for that directly go to the source and generate getter and setters. Whatever ID you are using, you can either use the shortcut or you can type it. In my choice, I am just generating the setters and getters. So in this way our setter and getter wheel is created. I will also create a toString method by going to the source through this, and I will just remove this list part in the toString method, and instead I will better go with the size of the wheel. So I will remove this part and I will make it as size, and I'll provide the size here only. So whenever I will call the wheels object, the toString method will give me the size of that particular wheel. So this is about the wheel creation, and now let's go to the car creation and different type of car we will implement in this method. So now whenever set size is called, all cars which are related to this particular wheel need to change their wheel size. For that only I will provide an iterator of this for loop, and I will create a method in which size of that particular car's wheel size will change. So I will simply call get size and create a get size method in this car. And since we are getting this an abstract, so I will provide an abstract method here, and I'll remove this part. Automatically this, after creation of this abstract method, this car class will demand me to create a class as abstract only. Before doing that, let's provide one more thing. Let me remove this part of void and create this car class as an abstract. So I will change this car to an abstract. And now our basic car abstract class is created, and I will create few more implementation, or I would say extension of this car. So first of all I will create a SUV car and browse the car object and extend this to my SUV car. I will create two more types like the one which we have seen in the example, that was SUV, second was hatchback. So I am going to go and create a class. I'll name it as hatchback, and super class will be the abstract class only. So I will simply provide here as a car, and this car abstract class will be the super class. And third class which I am going to create is of sedan, the same which we have seen in the example. So this sedan will also contain the super class as car only. So let me change this to car, and now we have three types of car: SUV car, hatchback car and sedan car. All are extending a car object only because they are a type of car. Now since SUV car is there, I need to provide this wheel here in this car, because all the cars will have that wheel. So instead of providing in all the three, let me provide wheel here only. and we will use this wheel in the constructor to set the wheel whenever we are passing. So suppose I am creating a SUV car constructor, I'll pass wheel here and set in the object here only. And now in the get size, let me provide, I will simply print the sys out, syso system.out.println, and inside this I will simply write, let me write it as SUV car wheel size is, and I'll simply provide the size of that particular wheel. So wheel is already in the abstract class, so it is coming from there only, and wheel implements the toString method, so the value is coming from there only. I'll provide in all the three classes. Instead of SUV car, let me provide it as hatchback. So hatchback car will have the wheel size of this, and simple same goes with the sedan also. I'll provide sedan here instead of SUV. So all three classes get method is complete now. Now I'm going to provide a method which will be implemented here to set the list and all the cars data inside this particular wheels. So set size method I'm providing here, which will contain, or let me make it as set list data, and here I'll pass car in the place of this. So car will be provided and this will be set inside this particular list. So list dot set car, and this dot add car will let all the cars to be linked with this particular wheel. So whenever constructor we are creating, at that moment only we will set that particular object to that particular list we have created in the wheels. So here suppose I am making this dot wheels equal to wheels, and I am passing the wheels object here, and set this dot wheels equal to wheels. And after setting this wheel data, I will also add this particular SUV car in the wheels list which we have seen in the wheels object. So simply I will write this, not this but wheels dot set list data, which we have created to set that particular car object in the list of wheels, and I'm passing this object there only. Same, I'll pass it on all the three objects. Let me copy it again, it might have been missed, and I'll pass it here, and here I'll simply paste that object, make the SUV car as hatchback only. I will make hatchback and remove this car part, so that it will become a constructor here. So I'm removing this part, and automatically everything is fine. Same goes with the sedan also, and I'll paste it here, and instead of SUV car I'll make it as sedan, so that its constructor will become here. And now as you can see what I am doing in the constructor, we are having this list part here, and I am simply, whenever we are going for the set size from the main method, it will pull out all the cars inside this particular list, and it will ask to give the size of all the cars, which whatever cars are related to that particular wheel. And after this which we have received, we will again see that whenever we are creating a constructor, we are also setting set list data and passing that object in this method, so that that particular car will be added in the list of that particular wheel. So here I am passing hatchback, so hatchback will go to the set list data and it will get added to that particular list here. Simply all the three cars, whenever a constructor is called, it will automatically get added to that particular list, and through this iteration of that particular list we will get the size of all the cars. So let's see here by just returning all the details. So I am creating a wheel object, and I will simply pass this object to all the three constructors of SUV car, hatchback car and sedan car. So let me pass it one by one. So it will be a SUV car, and automatically the wheels will be passed here, and new hatchback car, and automatically wheels will be passed, and after that new sedan car. So all three cars are now having that particular wheel object. So whenever we have added or created a new object, the constructor automatically links that to particular wheel through that particular list we have created in the wheel object. And now when we are setting any size of that particular wheel, it will be get added to all the three cars. Suppose size is 10, like make it as 15, make it as 20. So whenever we are changing the size of that particular wheel, simply the size of all the cars will automatically get changed. So here I am just writing setting size as, let it be 10, or let it be 15, because after this only we will be printing, and let me provide it here for 10 and change it to 10, and simply in the third part let it be 20. So now when I will run this object of this particular main method and see, as you can see here, when we have passed the wheel size as 10, automatically SUV, hatchback and sedan, all the three cars wheel size automatically became 10. And when we have passed 15, see 10 became for all the three, and when we have passed 15, all three are having 15. When we have passed 20, all three are having 20. So in this way, whenever we are changing the size of that particular wheel, the size of the wheels inside that particular car also gets changed. This is related to the observer pattern. How this is happening? Whenever we are creating constructor, we are linking that to that particular wheel through this list, and after the creation of that particular list, and simply if you go to all the three, if you go to hatchback also, we are adding that in the list of this particular wheel, and whatever the car we have created, all the cars are basically linked to that particular wheel. And whenever we are calling this set size, what it does, it sets the size of that particular wheel to that particular given value, and also puts it in the I would say in the all the car object which we have created, and returns its value by printing this line that this car wheel size is this. Let me change it this to string method and give the value only to make it more pictorial presentable. So when we run this, see, it gave clearly that whenever we are changing the size to 10, it all cars value size gets changed to 10, and similarly goes for 15 and 20 also. This is related to observer pattern. What it means, whenever one thing gets changed, so its related objects also values also gets changed, and they are interrelated to each other. This is related to observer pattern. Thank you all for watching the video.